do we have to do as a mindset to get our people to realize that material stuff is material stuff? It's just a name, but the product is the same.
Great question. 3 quick points to that question. Number one, if you study the economic behavior of black people since emancipation, you will see that our spending behavior is not motivated by needs nor desires. They are motivated by emotions. Black people spend to feel better, and black people spend to outdo other black people. I think Will Smith said it best. Will Smith said, black people spend too much money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. You understand? So the reason we have the Mercedes Benz is because I want to make sure my car is more expensive than yours. You see, I didn't need the Mercedes, but everything we buy is based on status. I want to outdo other black people, and I want to feel better about my reality. There was a report that was put out about a year or two ago on black spending habits. And they said black people are unlike any other consumer in America. With other consumers, they buy based on what they need. Black people do not buy based on what they need. You can already have a pair of Jordans. You're going to go get another pair. You see that? Yep. If your Timberlands get one scratch, you're going to get another pair of Timberlands. Yep. What's wrong with that scratch on your Timberlands? Yeah. You feel that it lessens your value. See, slavery took our self-worth. And so now we are vicariously replacing it, ironically, with white man-made materials.
Carla, we got you back.
Yeah, I just want to say, may God continue to bless you. And that's just one of the things that really be on my mind, because I see where my grandmother and them come from and where they at. And they was more happy than we is now, buying Jordans and stuff like that. But may God continue to bless you, brother, and I keep you in my prayers, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. I want to finish answering this question, because he asks, what can we do about it? Number one, until black people see their culture as valuable as white people see theirs, we don't come out of this. Until the black woman sees her hair as just as beautiful as the white woman sees hers, we don't come out of this. Until the black man sees the black woman as just as valuable as he sees the white woman, we don't come out of this. I just saw something, a tweet. Kanye West is angry with his wife, Kim Kardashian. They're going through a divorce. And he put a statement or a tweet out saying he's tired of her playing games with his black kids or something like that. And he said black kids. But here's what I don't understand, Kanye. If you're concerned about this white woman playing games with your black kids, why did you run to another white woman as soon as you broke up with her? You see that? You see? So, but besides that point, let me give you this. Until black people love themselves more than they love being accepted by white people, this don't change.
Carla, talk to us.
Hello?
Carla, talk to us. We listening.
Yes, I got a question concerning Dr. Umar. I see in our young African American men mostly, I put the blame on us. First of all, thank you for having me on the show, and it's a privilege and honor to have you here. What can we do to instill the importance of family and values in the black family to our younger communities? Let me say this. I know that I almost know the answer to this question, but what can we do? Because we hadn't lost our generation. We turned our backs on our younger back generations. I'm in my 50s. So what can we do to, all hope is not lost, what can we do to restore the value of what family is? Because I'm kind of old school. Family is everything. My kids, we all still eat at the table. We don't eat in our bedrooms. So what can we do to restore the value and the importance of that? Because I think out of that, you get respect for not just your fellow man, but for your fellow woman and for fellow people. So what can we do as teaching our children and our younger generation that they're not out by themselves, but we are there to teach them?
Great question. Number one, I want to underscore the point you made about eating with your family. One of the things I tell black parents all the time, if you can't do anything else, have dinner with your children. Why? You accomplish three things. Number one, when people eat, they are more comfortable and more likely to express exactly how they are feeling. So if you want to know what your children are up to, sit down and eat with them. They will get comfortable enough to start saying things that they otherwise would not have said. Number two, it is a check-in. You get to see their face. You get to read their emotional temperature, their intellectual temperature, and their social temperature. And number three, it is a bonding period. It is a time when the family can actually be family amongst the hustle and bustle of 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 jobs that a lot of parents have to work. Having dinner with your children is one of the most therapeutic things you can do as a family. In fact, when we look at the rise of the fast food restaurants, we see that the fast food restaurants came into fruition in the 1970s and especially in the 80s. That's exactly when the black family began to break down as a result of the economic castration of the black man and the mass incarceration of that same black man. So because women were now left at home to take care of the children by themselves, needing to work multiple jobs, children had to start eating by themselves without their parents at home. That's how McDonald's became so popular. Burger King, Wendy's, Checkers, all of these fast food restaurants in America were built on the backs of the single black female-led household as a result of the mass incarceration of the black man. But let me say this, as my ancestor Frederick Douglass said, whose 204th birthday we celebrated the day before yesterday. Y'all call it Valentine's Day. I call it Frederick Douglass Day. Frederick Douglass said, "It is better to raise strong children than to repair broken men. It is better to raise strong children than to repair broken men." That means that if we start with the youth, start with the babies, start with the children, we can transform the collective consciousness of African people in 20 years. You can heal every problem we have in 20 years. The problem is black people are not interested in sacrificing their money in order to save the future of the community by taking care of the needs of the children right now. You can stop teenage pregnancy in 20 years. You can stop black men marrying white women in 20 years. You can stop weaving perm in 20 years. You can stop drug dealing and gang banging in 20 years. But in order to do that, we have to sacrifice our collective disposable income to build institutions for our children. $2 trillion people and almost no institutions we can call our own.
And talk to him. Caller, what you got for us?
Good evening. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good evening.
Great. Dr. Umar, welcome to the city of Jackson.
Thank you. Glad to be back in Jackson. Looking forward to seeing all my Jackson queens tomorrow. Come on out and give me my hugs, ladies. I'm back, baby. Big Papa's back. Big Papa's back. King Kong.